This tavern not even been open for one night and somebody already dead. In this video I'm building medieval tavern in The Sims 4 without custom content, and I ended up using only 4 packs for this build. Cottage Living, Get Together, Werewolves, and Jungle Adventure. And I'm building it in Cottage Living World, Handford and Bagley, on the lot where pub usually is, or bar. So we're basically just reverting it back in time. If this is your first time stumbling upon one of my videos, hi, I'm Luna. On this channel I do a lot of medieval inspired Sims 4 content, builds, makeovers, Ultimate Decay's challenge, and even taking other popular Sims 4 challenges and trying to play them in medieval settings, like for example my Black Widow series. This build I'm making for my Ultimate Decay's playthrough. You would think the tavern would be one of the first community lots you would build for medieval save, but no, it took me almost a year to do that, but we're finally here. I would say this build is on a simpler side from what I usually make, but I wanted to make it big, spacious, very functional, with enough room for everybody to dance and talk and drink, main activities for the tavern. This is 2-story build. On the first floor we have bar with a full kitchen behind it. Original pub from Cottage Living has a kitchen in it, and despite the fact that it's not required for bar lot type, I think it's really nice to have for gameplay purposes. I used bar from Get Together because it's the most plain looking one, it has nothing on top of it. All of the appliances that I used in this build functional off the grid, so this lot would be able to function off the grid. I also added kitchen islands next to the bar to make for more sitting space, and when I was playtesting this lot, I really liked it. NPCs actually took up all of the available seating. I maybe even could have added more. Second floor has big opening to the first floor, so you would be able to look at drunk people downstairs, and I added lots and lots of tables. Sims don't use them as much as bar, but I think they're necessary for the tavern feel. I added a fireplace so that massive chimney on the side of the building would have a purpose, and also one speaker. Speaker is one of the requirements for bar lot type. I tried to hide it with flags. I put 2 flags. I think they are wall decor from Get Together. I put them on the wall next to the speaker to try and hide it, so you can see it really from only one angle. And how I like to use speakers for medieval gameplay is to put Sim playing an instrument next to them, let's say a guitar, we don't have a lute in Sims 4, and make other Sims dance to the speaker so it would look like they dance into the guitar music. Because for some reason in this game they can watch Sim play music but not dance to it, which doesn't make sense. So as many other things in this game. So I will be strategically placing my bards next to the hidden speakers. I left a guitar, but I don't think NPCs will play it by themselves. It would be fine if they did. Second floor has more tables, a couple of benches, in the case of emergency nap on a public lot, and bathrooms. I think outhouse would be more accurate, or even just pea bush on the outside, but I still decided to add bathrooms because I'm putting these builds on the gallery, and not everyone likes their gameplay as inconvenient as possible. At this point in the build, with everything in place, I was thinking about what else people do in the tavern except drink, dance, and talk to others. I did not find the answer actually, so to add at least some other form of entertainment, I swapped a couple of regular tables for game tables from Get Together so Sims can play cards in them, or that llama game. Going back to the bar lot type requirements, one of them is actually a TV, and I don't want a TV in my medieval tavern, so I put it inside of the chimney where Sims cannot access it. I don't want them to watch TV, so it's here just to bar lot type to be complete. I went into this build with an unusual order. Usually I would start with outside of the house and landscape it and only then go to the interior. But in this case I had really clear plan for what I want to do on the inside of the tavern and no idea what I want to do on the outside, and I struggled with landscaping. I think it's because this lot sits on like cobblestone street, paved street, but I wanted this tavern to be on dirt for that really old small town vibe not a lot of money went into establishing this place. It's not fancy place at all. It's just a building in the village where everybody gets drunk. But it kind of contradicts nice and polished and cutesy cottage living town center. I think it's like a town center, but I decided to keep Tavern here because it's convenient for accessing vendor stalls and festivals. I think by the end of me building this lot, in attempt to smooth this harsh transition between dirt and pavement, I added walls, or rather cobblestone fences from cottage living debug. I used debug fences because you can put them on the very edge of the lot, unlike actual fences that can only be put one tile from the edge. Very annoying. I love debug fences. You can rotate them wherever angle you want, and with that create different shapes for your yards. I actually did that with a really small picket fence from cottage living. There is not much in terms of activities on the outside of this tavern. I added a fire pit, so Sims could hang out around it, and just a bunch of sitting benches, picnic tables. And I also added a sales table from Jungle Adventure. I think it could be another gameplay element of your sim trying to sell their wherever, maybe even their nectar if you have horse ranch. I don't. It could be anything because you're in front of the fair. You could be selling food, produce, woodworking, anything. I know that when I will play with this lot, I will add archery in here, archery stands. I don't remember what they called, the things you shoot at from the Jane Simpson archery mod. I had that mod in my game for the longest time, but I couldn't find the reason to try it out, and I think maybe having that right next to the tavern will encourage me to actually try it out. I tried something a little different with my train paint in this one. Usually I would do the classic Sims 4, put dirt around the house or any big objects like trees, for example, to almost create a shadow or try to mimic how nothing grows in the shadow, despite the fact things do grow in the shadow. As I said, I wanted this lot to be mostly covered in dirt, but I still wanted some greenery, so I decided to make it reverse and leave greenery next to the building and trees and fences or big clumps of greenery to try to make it look like people don't walk that much in those places, so grass actually has chance to grow there. I always find the voiceovers of speed builds a little bit awkward because I never have enough to say for the duration to the video. So, how you doing? How is life going? How is November treating you? I haven't seen sun in weeks, and it's been so foggy that I haven't seen building across the street in a couple of days. I've been thinking about what videos I want to do for December and if I want to do anything special for Christmas. Last year I tried trying to recreate Tudor Christmas in Sims 4, and I did not manage to make it on time, and I posted it in the first week of January. So that was a little bit of a fail. Also hoping to play some Paralives in December. It's supposed to go in early access on December 8th. And I have my hopes up. If you don't know, Paralives is a simulation game, life simulation like Sims, that's been in development for what feels like forever, but those games do kind of take forever to make, and I really like how it looks. It's really visually appealing to me. I'm not the one for hyper-realistic look, for example, like in Zoe, another life simulation game. And first of all, my laptop cannot run in Zoe. In Zoe had like a free trial version of character creation, or Create a Zoe, that you could download from Steam. I don't know if they still have it, but my laptop was not able to run it. I think because of that like hyper-realistic graphics that I don't even like that much. Controversial opinion, but I actually like Sims 4 cartoony visuals. I think when game characters start looking too much like real people, they start to freak me out. The same laptop that I play Sims and record videos and edit them on, which made me think that how many of like average gamers can actually play in Zoe and run it on their computers, because not everybody has latest, most powerful computer. Maybe mine just that bad. Anyways, we're waiting on Paralives, very excited for it, hoping to play it on this channel and share it with you. In general, I've been thinking about maybe playing some different games on this channel, but I don't know if you would like it. If you subscribe to someone for The Sims 4 and then they spontaneously start playing Minecraft, maybe at some point in the future. We're taking it one video at a time. I think at this point, I talked long enough for me to finish building this tavern. And instead of doing all those aesthetic walkthroughs at the end, I decided to combine walkthrough with playtesting. So I basically just jumped into playing the game and seeing how this tavern works in live mode. My game generated a bunch of new random townies, so they break and emerging with their outfits. Sorry for that. But as you can see, almost all of the seats at the bar are taken. I'm playing as Egbert. If you watch Ultimate Decades, you maybe remember him. He's like side character with alcohol problem and terrible personality. She's just looking at the barrel. She knows what she came here for. And I think Egbert just flirted with someone. And latest patch update, where they made 150 bug fixes. I'm curious how many new ones they added. Anyways, they promised that they made a bartender more responsive and that she's supposed to do her job better, not get distracted as much by conversations with other sims. So we'll see how that works. And we already have a ghost. Is this Edmund? Our Ultimate Decades legacy founder? Wait, is that Martha? Is this like a ghost knight or something? And I think third ghost is one of the husbands from Black Widow. Look at it. Edmund talking to Wolfgang Manch. In their afterlife, they can chat about their crazy life in my medieval Sims universe. Edmund, I miss you. Also, Martha is his first wife, and it's very sad how they not even noticing each other. Some other ghost is haunting somebody. Yep, I think we're having pretty successful night at the tavern. I added another sim to a family so he could play us some guitar and be our pretend bard. And Eden is here. Both Edmund's wives is here. This is some sort of strange Ultimate Decades reunion of all of the dead people. And this is Eden's first husband. We never met him actually, but I did created him, so Peter would have both parents in his genealogy. And ghosts talking to other ghosts, but not to the ghosts of people they knew in their life. Martha giving some coins to our bard. I wanted to say the tavern looks lively, but we have more ghosts than alive people. And look, somebody is dancing. And it looks like she's dancing to him playing guitar, but she actually just dancing to the speaker. But I think visually it really adds to the that's our priest. Why are you naked? This tavern been open for 3 hours. We already have naked priest in here. Why? Did I deleted your outfit at some point? As you can see, second floor is empty. No one is going upstairs. And you can look at people dancing downstairs. I was hoping game tables would attract them to upstairs. Wait, oh, I literally have no words. She froze to death. Just walked into the tavern to warm herself up at the fire, but it was apparently too late, and she just dropped frozen right in front of the fire. That is so tragic. And Egbert just left to drink more, or not to put in place trash cans at somebody in October. Of course, priorities. This tavern not even been open for one night and somebody already dead. Well, I think it's very eventful. A first night of having tavern in our small town. It's already morning, ghosts left, probably took that lady with them, and Egbert is drunk and asleep on the tavern floor. I think it's built well play tested. That's all I have for you for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave it a like, tell me in the comment what other medieval builds you would like to see, and subscribe to the channel for more medieval Sims 4 content. Or if you want more medieval Sims 4 content right now, you could click on the video you see right now on the screen. YouTube chose that one for you. But I will also put my personal recommendation on the other side. And I see you in the next one. Until then, bye!